Happy Saturday, everybody. Today I'm going to be replacing the fuel tank. And I'll obviously have to remove the new fuel pump that I put in there and put it into my new one. And then put this guy back up in here. As you can see, first step is siphoning out the remainder of the gas inside your fuel tank. I had maybe about a quarter tank left, so shouldn't be too much. Shouldn't be too much longer here. But after that, then we're gonna raise her back up and I can start unhooking things. Get rid of this skid plate right here. So you have 1, 2, 3 bolts there, and I believe those are a 13. Yep. Okay, and then on this side, you have these guys, which are, I think, a 15. You got 2 of those right there. You got a couple of these guys, which I believe are the same size. Yep, a 13's right there. Okay, so I've gotten rid of all of the bolts. The 2 that were right there, the 2 that were up there, and then the only one I can't seem to get rid of is this one right here. It must be stripped or something. It's like it came almost all the way out and then it just stopped and now it just spins. So I'm assuming it's stripped or something. I'm not sure, but I may have to cut that one out. And then these guys right here, these are straps that are hugging the old fuel tank. Those look like J-bolts there. So I started loosening them because I'm assuming I'm gonna have to loosen them, lift up this strap for it to come out, if that makes sense. Okay, I cut it out. It's probably gonna be stuck in there. I got no idea why it couldn't come out when all the other ones came out just fine. So now we're gonna slide it this way, and then we're gonna have to try to get this little lip here on that side so that the entire skid plate comes down. Okay, so I've gotten the 2 U-bolts down. That one was a pain. But we do have to disconnect that hose. And then I believe there is another hose. Okay, here's also a spot I forgot. So you have your full fuel tank here. Obviously, we had disconnected those 4 nuts up there, or bolts up there. I forgot, you need to disconnect these hoses here because those are directly connected to the tank. So that's why I couldn't remove it. So the straps with the U-bolts on them, the way that they clasp on this side, you gotta turn them completely 90 degrees and take them out of the slots. I'm gonna get fuel all over me still. Damn it. Okay. this one on the top that I couldn't see before, so there's a little bit of fuel left in there. That's okay. I'm going to be taking off these hoses. That goes to the fuel neck, and then I got to remove the fuel pump as well. Okay, there's the T. The bottom one goes to this side, and the other side of it, this, goes to that one. Just for fun, I'm gonna be spray painting my straps a nice high heat matte black.
Because you said Instagram.
And YouTube. You can follow me on YouTube, Dan. Now you're gonna be in my YouTube now. All right, so I took out the fuel pump from the old one. It's just a retaining nut that you kind of screw on with a little gasket. This guy's gonna go into my new fuel tank. Okay, next I was able to pop out the grommet with the vent valve. Gotta do this one next and transferring them over to my new fuel tank. Okay, so I was in the middle of transferring everything to the new fuel tank when the air vent valve, which is this little guy, that goes on the top, the rubber gasket ripped, and I had to order new ones. They didn't have them anywhere. They look like this. So if you're planning on replacing a fuel tank, I'd recommend getting new vent valves, air vent valves, and the grommets that go along with it. Okay, it is the next day. It is Sunday. I ordered 2 new vent valves with their grommets because, and here's the old ones. These were starting to rip. This one's actually much better than this other one. This one was really bad. So I said might as well. I know I gotta wait another day for them to come in. They came in the next day from Amazon. It said it fit a Cherokee and Wrangler, so I just took my shot and it should fit. I'm assuming it's the same size and everything, so. All right, I couldn't do it with only one hand, but I just lubed it up with grease, and I was able to get the new one in there. It's making a good seal, so I'll now try to push this in from the top. There you go. Wow, perfect. That works great. And then I'll do the same with this side. I have everything secured up here. I got both straps on. One thing you guys want to make sure is this tube right here that connects to your vent valves. You want to make sure that they're not being squished up there. I mean, it's going to be pretty tight, but like you see these frames right here, for instance, how they did it from the factory was actually squeezing this one tube going to that vent valve back there, because they had ran the vent tube and they faced the little 90 tip toward that direction, and the tube was completely flat. So when I took off, here, let me see if I have it actually, hold on. I do have it. So yesterday, you see how this is the original tube. You see how it flattened it completely? Well, no air, no vent is gonna be venting through this when this thing is completely flat. Okay, I tried blowing through it and nothing even came out the other end. So I replaced the tubing and made sure it was faced toward facing this way, so I could run the new tube, which is right here, out that way, and it had some space. You can't really see it, but same with this one over here. That's the vent valve that's way back over there. So, but anyways, the two existing fuel lines that go from the fuel pump to these, I took a picture of it, and the top one, the bigger one, goes to the bigger one of these, which is closer to the camera currently. So it's gonna go out. And I gotta try to squeeze it. Okay, it's done. I gotta tighten that guy. And the other one, which is this one, goes onto the smaller one. So the one. Okay, got these two guys on. Those two took me a while to get it up and over. You have to disconnect these hoses and this hose and everything. This guy's still gonna be in your way, but I was able to get it without having to touch that guy. I did have to loosen this quite a bit though, and it kind of moved the strap over so I can get this guy up in there. Okay, and last but not least, don't forget to connect these guys to the fuel neck, and you should be good. Okay, don't be an idiot like me. Make sure this is facing the right way. There's a specific way that these things are meant to be facing, and I put it the opposite way, which I can't, it'll kink this hose if I try to put it back on the neck. So I'm gonna have to struggle at loosening that I cranked really tight because I can't get to it now that I put the skid plate and the tank back up there. Come on. Okay, now let's see if I can. Aha! What the? Oh, jeez, this is easy. Loosen it more because the band won't turn. There's no way I'm going to be able to. Oh, shoot. Oh, there, finally. Gosh, dang. Now I gotta tighten it. Oh, jeez. I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get it. Jeez. I can't twist it anymore, which is a good thing. Okay guys, next, if you guys want to be extra professional, you can go ahead and zip tie some of these things so they're not hanging. They're nice and tight with a little bit of slack. Zip tie that, make sure your connection for the fuel pump is connected. Make sure if you had to loosen this up for the filter, that's nice and tight again. Double check all your connections here. I did have to replace this little plastic T, the push T, because I broke it. I'm trying to remove it. And these are all tight. These are good. The skid plate isn't going anywhere. Looks beautiful. All right. Well, now we can lower her, put the gas back in, and start her up. There she is.